The Grand Egyptian Museum. What can we tell you? This is a museum that has been in the works for over 20 years to be built. It's going to be the largest museum dedicated to ancient Egyptian artifacts ever in the world. And it's set right outside of Cairo with the Giza pyramids as its backdrop. You can't get any more Egyptian than that. So let us take a look at the incredible Grand Egyptian Museum and why it's worth the wait. It all started back in 1990 when the Egyptian government first announced plans for this great museum that would celebrate their rich history. But there was a problem. They didn't really have the money to make it happen. They did have a great location picked out though, just outside the capital city of Cairo near the Great Pyramids of Giza. What better place could there be? There were also plenty of artifacts to fill the museum. Egypt is home to some of the most exciting archaeological finds from ancient times. The only thing they were missing was the funding to construct the museum itself. But they wouldn't have to wait long. In 2002, construction finally got underway thanks to donations from the UAE government. By 2008, the exterior structure was complete and the interior work could begin. That's when things started to slow down a bit. By 2017, only about half of the museum was finished. To make matters worse, many of the planned exhibits were already full as more artifacts were discovered and added. At this point, officials decided to expand the museum from 160,000 square meters to 220,000 square meters. It was getting close to being done, but now it was way over budget and years behind schedule. Finally, in April of 2021, after more than 20 years of work, the museum opened its doors to the public. It's safe to say that it was well worth the wait. Standing tall in the desert, this iconic building is truly one of a kind. The modern structure seems almost alien-like in appearance, but it fits in nicely with its surroundings. It may not be a pyramid, but it's certainly an impressive sight. Stepping inside, visitors are greeted by an enormous hall filled with artifacts from all across Egypt. Sunlight streams through the glass ceiling, illuminating the treasures from centuries past. The sheer size of the museum is really something else. It houses over 100,000 artifacts from various eras of ancient Egyptian history. These include pieces from the early dynastic period up until the late antique period. The collection is divided into several sections, allowing visitors to explore different aspects of Egyptian civilization. One of the most popular exhibits is the Royal Mummy Hall, which features mummies of royal family members who lived between 664 BC and 30 BC. Here you can learn about their daily lives, beliefs and traditions through their preserved remains. The museum also showcases the treasures of King Tutankhamun, including his golden burial mask and other funerary items. These artifacts provide a glimpse into the life of one of Egypt's most famous pharaohs. Another highlight is the section dedicated to the Old Kingdom, which covers the period from 2680 BC to 2180 BC. Here you can admire statues of pharaohs like Khafre, II and IV, along with other members of the royal court. These sculptures are masterpieces of craftsmanship and provide insights into the social hierarchy of the time. The museum also features interactive displays and multimedia presentations that bring Egyptian history to life. For example, visitors can watch animated films that depict scenes from everyday life during different eras or use touchscreen kiosks to learn more about specific artifacts. In addition to its vast collection, the Grand Egyptian Museum offers a range of amenities to enhance the visitor experience. There are several cafes and restaurants located throughout the museum where you can take a break and enjoy a meal or snack. The museum also has a gift shop that sells a variety of souvenirs and books related to Egyptian antiquities. Perhaps most importantly, the Grand Egyptian Museum is committed to preserving and conserving these priceless artifacts for future generations. The museum follows strict guidelines to protect the objects from damage due to factors such as light, temperature, and humidity. In addition, the museum employs a team of conservators who work to restore damaged artifacts and ensure their long-term survival. It is also worth mentioning that the Grand Egyptian Museum is a major tourist destination in its own right. Visitors from around the world come to marvel at the ancient artifacts and learn about Egypt's rich history. The museum's website provides information about ticket prices, opening hours, and special events. So if you're planning a trip to Egypt, be sure to add the Grand Egyptian Museum to your list of must-see attractions. It's an extraordinary place that will leave you in awe of ancient Egyptian civilization. Just imagine standing in front of a mummy and feeling a connection to someone who lived thousands of years ago. Or picture yourself gazing at the intricate details of a statue and imagining the pharaoh it once represented. The artifacts in this museum are more than just relics of the past. They're tangible links to our shared human history. By visiting the Grand Egyptian Museum, you have the opportunity to witness these connections firsthand and gain a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of our world. Don't miss out on this incredible experience. Plan your visit to the Grand Egyptian Museum today. We've said a lot about the museum itself, but we haven't even talked about the reason you'd go to a museum in the first place: the artifacts. More than 100,000 artifacts from across ancient Egypt are displayed here, making it the largest collection in the world. But some of them are so unique that they deserve their own mention. First off, we have the Royal Mummies Hall, which houses over 100 royal mummies dating back to the late period of ancient Egypt. These mummies belong to pharaohs, queens, princes, and priests who ruled Egypt between 664 BC and 30 BC. What makes these mummies particularly special is that they are well preserved, and many of them are displayed with their colorful coffins and canopic jars. Some of the most famous mummies on display include those of Amenhotep III, Tutankhamun, Ramesses II, and Alexander the Great. Visitors to the Royal Mummies Hall can learn about the beliefs and practices surrounding death and the afterlife in ancient Egypt, as well as the techniques used to preserve the bodies of important figures. Next up is the King Tut exhibit, which showcases over 500 artifacts from the tomb of the young pharaoh Tutankhamun. This exhibit is especially popular among visitors to the museum as it includes some of the most iconic pieces from ancient Egypt, such as the golden burial mask of Tutankhamun. Other artifacts on display include jewelry, furniture, chariots, and statues. The King Tut exhibit provides a fascinating glimpse into the life, death, and legacy of one of the most famous pharaohs in history. The museum also has a number of artifacts from the Old Kingdom of Egypt, which is considered to be one of the greatest periods in ancient Egyptian history. Some of the most notable pieces from this era include the statue of Khafre II, which is a massive granite sculpture of the pharaoh Khafre II, and the Sphinx of the Royal Lion, which is a limestone statue of a sphinx with a human head and a lion's body. Both artifacts are masterpieces of Egyptian sculpture and demonstrate the advanced techniques and artistic skills of the ancient Egyptians. But that's not all. The Grand Egyptian Museum also has a number of other artifacts from various periods in ancient Egyptian history. For example, the museum has a collection of artifacts from the New Kingdom, which is known for its magnificent temples and tombs, as well as the late period, which saw the rise of Greco-Roman Egypt. Visitors to the museum can also admire artifacts from the Islamic and Coptic periods, providing a comprehensive overview of Egypt's rich history. Overall, the collection of artifacts at the Grand Egyptian Museum is truly remarkable and provides visitors with an unparalleled opportunity to explore the wonders of ancient Egypt. Whether you're interested in mummies, pharaohs, or simply the rich history of this fascinating civilization, you're sure to be impressed by the museum's vast and varied collection. And what do you think about this amazing museum? Would you like to visit and see the wonders of ancient Egypt for yourself? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more informative content about archaeology and history.